Tim For here, brothers in Bitcoin, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, Bitcoin declared dead once again. And so we're going to be talking about that. However, I'm going to be showing you a couple things that will tell you otherwise, right? And then at the end, I'm going to be showing you this very, very important pattern that's being developed in the Bitcoin chart. So you want to be sure you watch this all the way into the end. However, if you want to go straight to the price action, feel free to fast forward directly to the end so that you can check that out. Without further ado, let's get going here. This headline says Bitcoin dead, Google searches hit all-time high. Funny, right? And so the sentiment in the crypto community is the lowest it has ever been, leading to fresh speculation that BTC is a dying asset. This isn't it. Let's check this out. So here's a graph where the term Bitcoin dead has reached an all-time high of 100, never ever seen before. So I guess the growing fear of Bitcoin being a dead currency is extremely high. Here's something else. Crypto is dead. Also just hit a brand new all-time high as far as the search term. Crypto is dead. Bitcoin obituary. So here's the obituary that shows that Bitcoin has died 459 times. 459 times. And so I guess we will just continue to die, right? As the price go down, people feel that the Bitcoin is dying for it just to come back alive, right? Again, I want to walk you through a couple things here that you should actually be paying attention to. And there's two things. The adoption rate, pay attention to the adoption of the network. And so the first thing that we're going to be talking about here is the hash rate. The hash rate is a measure of Bitcoin's miners' performance, right? And so the faster the hash rate, the more profit the miners make. It's also a key security metric because as more hashing power, computing power comes into the network, this overall provides resilience against Bitcoin network actually being hacked. The hash rate chart shows that we've recently made a new high. Over time, it has only gone up, right? When you talk higher highs, lower highs, this is considered as a uptrend. So as long as we are continuing in this same uptrend, making newer highs, the network is only becoming much more secure. Here's another thing. Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity reaches a new all-time high. So what is the Lightning Network? So the Lightning Network is a layer 2 solution that's being built on top of Bitcoin's blockchain. So there's a lot of gripe about Bitcoin not being scalable, not being sufficient for payments, et cetera, et cetera. However, this Lightning Network is being built on top of it to enable those additional features, instantaneous payments, and being able to settle much, much quicker. Looking at this Bitcoin Lightning nodes chart, you can see over time that it has only gone up. In order for you to transact within the Lightning Network, you have to establish a node. And so there's two primary functions for a node, and it is to monitor the underlying blockchain, what could be Bitcoin blockchain or any other blockchain that the Lightning Network is communicating with. And then also it communicates with other nodes to settle monetary transactions. And so as you can see, it has only increased, right? Participation and more nodes has only been created and increased over time, and it's just going to continue to increase. Here's another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention. Wall Street gets a short Bitcoin fund after 70% crypto collapse. BITI ETF begins trading with digital assets suffering meltdown, right? Its sibling product, BITO, launched almost at the top of the crypto boom. So check this out. This chart shows where the long Bitcoin ETF, BITO, launched right at the top around 66,000. And here you can see where the short has been launched right at the bottom. So does this signify that we have hit a bottom and that we're going to go up? Who knows, right? Only time will tell. But it's very, very interesting how the long ETF was launched right at the top, and here we have the short ETF being launched right at the bottom. And so again, only time will tell. And so the next thing that I wanted to discuss is adoption. So we have here Hublot starts accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as payment. Hublot is a luxury watchmaker, hundreds of thousands of dollars for their watch, tens of thousands of dollars just to purchase one watch, right? Multi-billion-dollar retailer. And so now they are participating within the crypto Bitcoin ecosystem. So I'm sure they've done their research and they can see the benefit as the ecosystem progresses. This is basically fresh new money that's going to be pumped into the system, and so they want to be prepared for that, right? The adoption and the regulations and things like that are being developed behind the scenes, and this is just a signal that they are preparing for the floodgates to open. So make sure you're paying attention to things like this. Here's the final thing that I wanted to discuss. We're looking at Bitcoin on a 4-hour chart, and I'm looking at a rounded top, right? This is one of my favorite bearish patterns to trade. And so unfortunately, it is occurring in Bitcoin right now. And so what this is telling me is that lower prices is on the way, right? And so how I like to explain it is, if you were riding in a neighborhood in a cul-de-sac, right, there's a roundabout, and it's only one way in, one way out. And so you have a bunch of houses, right? And these could be considered as the houses. We're basically making a round to make a new low. So moving forward, here's what I think is going to happen. We've come close to retesting this low on June 22nd of 19,770. So I think what's going to happen, well, what will happen is that it'll continue to flush down. We'll break this area, and we'll come straight down to retest this low of 17,622. So this is just a warning. Get your buy orders and ready, not financial advice, and be ready to dollar cost average to pick up more cheap Bitcoin. So let me know in the comments, is Bitcoin dead? Do you think Bitcoin dead? Or are we heading in the right direction? All right. And so that's all I have for you today. I'm Tim Ford. Till the next time, out.